Okay, I have to make this video. I have been tagged, apparently. This was like a long time ago. This was like in December or like November. But I was tagged by a couple of people. And being tagged means I've got to give you 5 facts. Random factoids about me. Not that you care, but I was tagged, so I have to do it. I'm sorry. Just stop watching. I'm sorry. I'm in a really weird mood. Okay, I'm gonna give you some facts from my past, because they're the thing it's the thing I think you know the least about is my, childhood. Fact number 1 is when I was younger, I did a lot of bowling. I love to bowl. I still do. But when I was younger, I did it a lot. And although I'm left-handed, I bowl right-handed. And I actually had a bowling glove that I used to wear to straighten out my curve, because I had a really mean curve. Because for some reason, whenever I released the ball, I think I hooked my index finger, and what it would do was if I would throw it to the right, it would curve and go right down the center. But whenever I got this glove, it started straightening it out, which is the intent, but I couldn't throw it down the center. I would always keep throwing it right of center. So I wound up, not using the glove, and I just love my curve now. So I do really well with the curve. I got the curve down. Okay, number 2 is I used to do a lot of fishing, and I still do. I still love to fish. I don't do it as much, I guess. But I entered a bunch of contests as a kid, fishing contests, and I actually have a couple of fishing trophies, and it's like these kind of little trophies, but it's like a bass, like jumping up out of the water, and I have 2 of them. Okay, number 3. Alright, number 3 and number 4. We're gonna kind of combine them. 3. I had a place that I used to escape when I was a kid. In my bedroom. It was a cubby hole. And it was probably 6 by 6. No, 6 by 5 feet. And the ceiling was slanted, like this, and here's the door, and I used to hang out in there, and I had like blankets put down, and I had a radio that I would like run through the door and like slam the door on the cord, which was probably really stupid, but I used to spend so much time in that place, and it was like my hideaway. And I used to write a bunch of poems, and I started writing songs there. So, and I used to listen to the Cranberries a lot. I only remember like the Cranberries, Ace of Base, and probably Dave Matthews, Crash, Tape. So I used to listen to tapes in there, and yeah. So I had a hideaway. And the 4th one is I had a clubhouse. Me and my friends, it was actually an outdoor carport that was like concrete, and it had cinder blocks on the sides, and we used to go there, and we thought we were like really cool because we had a clubhouse, and we really didn't do a whole lot. We sat there. We had a time machine that I don't know what that is. I should dig that up. Go in my old backyard, cause some havoc. When the guy that lives there would be like looking out the window like, what the? But yeah, so I had a clubhouse, and to make carpet, we carpeted the floor with moss. We picked a bunch of moss and just carpeted that whole thing, and it was really cool. And the last factoid is that the way that I used to record music whenever I was younger, because I would write all these songs, and I was like, well, I want to record them. For the longest time, we didn't have a computer, and then when we did get one, it was like a piece of poop. It didn't do anything. And I mean, computers were like that when they first came out. There was no internet. I mean, it was just used, I guess, for word processing stuff. But so I wanted to record songs, and I had a dual tape deck. And you know, like the dual tape decks have a record side and they have a playback side, and the record side plays back, but the playback side doesn't record. So, alright, I couldn't play guitar and sing at the same time at first. That was the dilemma. So I'm like, I want to record my vocals with my guitar. I want to record my vocals with my piano. So I would, you know, put the microphone up to the guitar or the piano, and I'd put a tape in the record deck and record the track. Then you take the tape out of the record deck and put it into the playback, and put a new tape in the record deck. So this one's playing back and over the speakers, and the microphone is picking up your vocals. And if you go, you know, close enough to the speaker without getting feedback, you can record your track on top of the other track. Now this, I mean, it's an awful, awful way to record, and it sounded awful. And the funny thing was, I mean, if you listen to any of the old tapes, which I was gonna look for them, but I have no idea where they are. When you record over a tape a bunch of times, it's like it slows, it messes with the elasticity. Elasticity, is that a word? Elasticity, whatever. It stretches it, which makes it slower. So all of my old songs are like, I mean, maybe not that bad, but pretty close. So I sound like an old, like, woman that smoked cigarettes her whole life. Or actually more just like a monster. But anyway, those are my 5 facts. I tried to think of some original things that you might not know, so I hope I did a good job.